Hi Pete, it's Tersse and Scott Roxy, and I'm going to get a little bit political here. Some people may say I'm getting religious as well, because I'm sure anybody who supports Israel is going to say I'm anti-Semite, Semite or whatever, you know. But let's look at what's happened over the last, just since January this year, right? January this year. That's all. So Russia and Putin, Russia and Putin have invaded the Ukraine, they've nicked part of the territory off them, I can't remember the name, the wee, I don't know, ball bag that thing's doing from the Ukraine. Right, Russia's nicked that wee ball bag, and then they've sort of started a lot of like shit going on in the east of the Ukraine. Putin's a horrible guy. Russia are horrible. They're fucking horrible to invade the Ukraine. You know what I mean? They haven't really invaded, but what they've done is they've basically annexed. They've annexed some of the Ukraine, and they're gradually making it less and less likely that the Ukraine will get any of that land back, unless the world is willing to go to war to protect them. Even though the world has stated that nations have their independence and it should be upheld by the United Nations, blah de blah de blah de blah. Russia and Putin have basically annexed large portions of the Ukraine, and the world is doing shit all about it. But Russia and Putin are getting a really bad really bad press with this, you know what I mean? Most of the world hates fucking Russia for invading the Ukraine and annexing parts of their land and saying that it's now Russia, you know what I mean? And, fighting, well, we think they're fighting and supplying arms to, conquer some of the eastern parts of the Ukraine and, that sort of thing. But you look at the Israelis, Israel have been doing that for 70 years. For 70 years they've occupied land which wasn't Israel. They were given Israel in 1947 or something like that. 46, 47, they were given Israel. They were given, that's it, that we're going to take all the Jews for Europe and put them into this piece of land in the Middle East, which they claim to have been theirs since the time of Moses or whatever, and we're going to push all the Arabs out and give Israel, the Israelis, the Jews, Israel, and let them go back to Israel and form a country called Israel, but no different than what a lot of people are talking about, the whole fucktarded shit with fucking Iraq and Iran and all that box, was because the British and the Americans and the French went in there and they've divvied it all up and said, right, yous are all going to be this country now. We never like that, So basically Israel's there, they're doing the same thing. They've annexed fucking, loads and loads of land in the Gaza Strip and I can't remember the name of the other place. Palestine, well, apparently that's fine. Putin's a fucking butcher. Putin is a butcher and a horror, and the world hates him. But Israel, they're only defending themselves, you know what I mean? They're only defending themselves when they conquer new Palestinian land, push the Palestinians out, put walls up, you know what I mean? And, basically say, well, this land's now ours, you know what I mean? It's okay for Israel to do it, but it's not okay for Russia to do it. I'm kind of conflicted here, because I don't like the Russians and I don't like the fucking Jews. I'm not anti-Semite, and I'm not saying I don't like the Jews and I don't like Jewish people. I don't like Israel. I don't like what Israel is doing. Israel is causing a lot of that conflict because, yes, they steal somebody's land, that person fights back, then they say we're entitled to fucking kill them because they fought back because we stole their land. What would you do if your neighbour came in and says, you've got a lovely backyard there where you're growing all these vegetables and shit, you know what I mean? I can't grow shit in my backyard because it's all paved over, but do you know what? I'm going to take your backyard, I'm going to knock your fence down, I'm going to build a fence right along the back of your building, and I'm going to, partition it off and I'm going to call your backyard my backyard. You know what I mean? Would you put up with your neighbour doing that to you? What would you fucking do? I'm just talking about your neighbour next door doing that to you. He's nicked your garden. He's knocked your fence down and built another fence along the back of you and incorporated it in his garden. And you go out one day and there's a fence in it. It's like, what the fuck, you know? You built a fence here, but I can't go into my own backyard. No, you can't go into your backyard. It's my backyard now, he's saying. I say, no, hold on, you live next door. You live over the wall. You know, this is my, no, he's saying, this is my backyard now. And if you come here, I'm going to shoot you because you're invading my land. That's what's going on in fucking Israel. And I think it's fucktarded. Religious people are fucktarded. And I don't care what you say about anything. Israel is a religious country. The Jews are religious people. And they're fucktarded. The Palestinians are religious people. The Muslims, okay, they're fucktarded as well. They keep fighting, and the Jews keep fighting, and they keep killing each other back and forward. 70 fucking years this has been going on. Nobody can find a solution. Then there's one huge, gigantic solution. Tell Israel to go back to the fucking borders it was given in 1947 when they were allowed to move from Europe back to the Middle East and given the state called Israel, which didn't exist before they got there. But when they got there, they were given borders. Push them back to those borders and make sure that any Palestinian that fires a rocket across that fucking border gets caught and killed. I think the Jews would be quite happy with that. They obviously can't hold the land they've got now. They're in constant warfare. They want peace. They want prosperity. They want to be secure. I would say, well, go back to the borders you were given when you were given Israel in the first place. Not the 1967 borders. The 1947 border. Take us back there and tell the fucking Israelis no further. Stop incursions on other people's fucking land. You know what I mean? The Americans and the Europeans are going to support you and give you everything you need. If you need water, we will fucking ship water in tankers. You don't need oil, you need water. We will have tankers of water coming in for you. But please, stop fucking stealing other people's land. Doesn't make fucking sense to me. Nobody can say that the Jews need to have that land and it's their land. No, they were given a piece of land in 1947 when they were settled there. Put those borders down and say, that's your border. Stop invading other people. Because that's what the Israelis are no different from Putin. They're no different from Russia. As far in my eyes, the Israelis are no different from fucking Putin and Russia, what they're doing in the Ukraine. And the whole world is against what Putin's doing. But apparently they all support the Jews and Israeli folk, you know, the Israelis, you know. Oh yeah, Israel, look, can just steal land here, put a wall up there, put a border up there, put bad wire there, blow people up, shoot people and torture them, shove them in jail. Yeah, it's okay, it's fine because it's the fucking Israelis that are doing it, and we all love the Israelis. Yeah. Israel needs to go back to the borders they were given, 1947, and fucking deal with it. They want to have more people come into Israel? Build fucking skyscrapers, motherfucker. Build skyscrapers. That's what every other fucking European country does. No more land to spread out and you build up. You can't build up, you build down. You do what the Canadians do. You build underground. And that would be good because you build underground, you take your water down there, there's less evaporation, your water doesn't disappear into the atmosphere, you're keeping it in there, you know, enclosed space, you know, make sure the water doesn't evaporate and disappear into, you know, and become rain somewhere else. You know, you keep your water, you know, build underground sealed containers, you know what I mean, build multi-storey flats, you know what I mean, for people to live in. Don't spread out, build up and build down. That's what fucking Israel should have done. And they wouldn't have had so many fucking wars in the last 70 fucking years if they'd done that. As for the Palestinians, well, what can you say? Education is all I can say. If I was a billionaire, I would pour £100 million a year into fucking, Palestinian lands to build schools and hospitals, roads, electric power stations, water power stations, that sort of thing, I wouldn't spend a penny, not a single fucking penny, on teaching people to read the Quran. I would teach them physics, math, chemistry. That's your way out of the shithole you're in, Palestine. Not throwing fucking petrol bombs and firing firecrackers at the Israelis. You've got to be kidding me, you know what I mean? But then I'm just a sensible guy, I suppose. Yeah, I do believe I'm going to get a lot of bad comments if any Jews are going to say that because I think I'm anti, what do you call it, what's that name for it? I almost said it there, anyway, you know what I say, anti-Jew, I'm not anti-Jew, I'm anti-fucking Israel. And the stupid fuckers who keep going to Israel thinking that, that they're fulfilling their, heritage or whatever it is they're fucking doing, Israel didn't exist before the end of the Second World War. And as far as I'm aware, the only claim to it is the Bible, which I think is a piece of shit. Not a historical document, it's just a piece of shit. It's just crap writings. I mean, talking snakes, talking donkeys, and Israel, you know what I mean? You put all them up there, what one's true? None of them are true. None of them are true. The Jewish people have as much claim to fucking Egypt as they have to Israel. Let's face it, they have. It's written in the Bible that they were kicked out of Egypt after living there for I don't know how many generations. Well, after being a country for so many generations, surely you get a green card. Sure you get citizenship. Apparently not. And after wandering in the wilderness for 40 years, then you don't have any, what do you call it? You don't have any citizenship. You're a wanderer. You're a wandering Bedouin, or whatever you might call it, So, 40 years in the desert, the Jews are wanderers. They didn't own any land. They owned the desert. They sat one at night when they pitched their tents. It's all mere fucking trouble than it's fucking worth. And again, a lot of the shit that's went down in the Middle East was because of Europe redrawing fucking lines in the sand. And again, after the Second World War, Europe again came in, gave Israel, gave it the Jews Israel, and 70 years fucking later, they're still arguing about how much land they own and what's Jewish and what's Palestinian and what's, you know what I mean? It's like, oh. Anyway, fuck you all if you don't agree with me, because I think it's all bullshit. Nobody owns any of that fucking land. You have to have been born there. You can't just go for America into a caboose and say, like, I'm going to buy a house there because I made £1 million out of fucking some crap fucking app that I invented and put on a phone. Fuck you. No, you don't own that fucking land, cunt. You know what I mean? Just because you're a Jew and you got lots of money and you're in Israel and they stole that land off for a fucking, Palestine, doesn't mean you can buy it and live there. No, that's fucking shit. That's what Putin's doing, and we all hate what Putin's doing. But apparently, it's all, if you even speak against what the Jews are doing, that's bad. Fuck you. I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm just saying this is fucked-hearted. It's fucking apples for apples. Putin's bad for doing it, the Jews are bad for doing it. Fuck you, if you don't believe that. And yeah, what, the Palestinians fire out? Yeah, that's wrong. For fuck's sake. I mean, it's like, the shit that the Israelis can fire at fucking Gaza. Fire at strips the shit that the Gazans can fire at Israel. And all that shit, but our people are in fear. You people have been in fear for fucking hundreds of years. You've survived so far, you know what I mean? You all know that, a good pot of fucking chicken soup cures all, you know what I mean? We all know that, right? So stop all that bullshit about, we are terrified about these rockets that come over, you know what I mean? Fucking hell, 2 people have died from rockets from Gaza, and they've fired, 600 of them? Israel's fired, 300 rounds into the Gaza Strip, and 1,000 people, thousands of people injured, 900 odd dead. Yeah, and it's like, it's the Palestinians in Gaza who are the real baddies. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm fucking sure. I just got to say, if I was having a feud, say I was in America, in the South America, I'm having a feud with the Clancy's over the hill, you know what I mean? And they've killed 30 of my family, and we've killed 1 of theirs. I would kind of think that, it's probably a bit outweighted. The fact that we killed them with a slingshot and they're running about with machine guns, you know what I mean? Which is why there's 30 of us dead and 1 of them dead. It was a lucky fucking ball bearing shot to the fucking noggin. Is that is the comparison we've got there with Israel and Hamas. You know what I mean? It's like, Hamas are firing ball bearings for slingshots, and the Israelis are mowing them down with machine guns. And I've just got to say, I find it fucking sickening, and I find any Jewish person who tries to defend that position a fucking idiot. So on to your fucking family.